Hello everyone and welcome to this month's forecast for September 2022. I'm loving this energy because it's not just about emotional maturity and growth, it's spiritual growth as well. So let's jump right on into it. We have the Two of Cups, the Emperor, the Queen of Cups, the King of Wands, the Empress, Page of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. We are taking responsibility and control of the relationships in our life this month. And this is not just about making decisions though. This is about taking the high road, healing, finding middle ground, finding compromise. No longer are we really into the energy of holding on to grudges or victimhood or vengeance. Yeah, we're human and it comes now and then, but it's really important this month that we decide to really, close up doors, smooth things out, find positive conflict resolution, and it's going to start with you. You might say, why does it have to start with me? Well, this is a major arcana. This has so much to do with your growth, you taking responsibility, you taking the situation and directing it in a way that's authentic to you, that reflects the kind of relationships and life that you want to have. This is about prioritizing emotional well-being, emotional peace, not just in our relationships and the world around us, but within ourselves. It's draining to have drama. It's draining to hold on to old pain and old issues. And you're deciding that you want to take your relationships to a new level. And yes, in romantic relationships, that can be new levels of commitment. But in all relationships across the board, this is about having relationships on not just an emotional level, a spiritual level, having deep communion with other people. This is not about thin, skin deep relationships. This is not about the people that you hang out with but really don't know you, that really don't resonate with you. This is about putting in the time and the energy to nurture yourself, to nurture those relationships that are truly meaningful to you, and releasing the ones that not just are surface deep, but ones that really don't reflect the authenticity that you are now reflecting. You have the King of Wands. The universe wants you to look at the big picture of your life. When it comes to the kind of lifestyle you want to have, the legacy, the day-to-day experiences, what kind of people do you want to have in your life? What are the kind of gems that feed back into you? That sense of reciprocity, people who are also mentally and emotionally mature. On a more simple level, we can think about people who are willing to work on themselves too, because that's what you're doing. People who have enough accountability and responsibility to say, you know what, I apologize, I was wrong. I want to look at how we can heal the relationship. This is not about me against you. That's very old school. That's very, I want to say it's a form of ignorance when it comes to love. Love is not conditional. It's like, how can we both be the best versions of ourselves and bring this to the relationships in our lives and attract the kind of people who are on that same level? When I say spiritual, please don't confuse that with religion. Spiritual has to do with your own soul development. If you're somebody who's trying to take responsibility to be a better version of yourself, don't you want to have people who are also taking that same level of responsibility? You have the Empress here, so you are literally creating a new experience in your relationships, romantic, familial, platonic, career-wise. What I will say is this is a big month for pregnancy. So any of you who are in these romantic relationships and thinking of taking these to the next level, if you're not planning on getting pregnant, or if that's not exactly what you're aiming for, please be very careful. Otherwise, congratulations to all those who are trying. Lots of good news this month. I'm really excited for you. Now, for those who, in fact, nope, not pregnant. This is about you, again, birthing the kind of lifestyle that you want. The Page of Cups is those quality friendships. You don't need 10 million people in your life if they're never there for you. This is about having really soulmate level relationships. And people tend to confuse soulmates with just romantic, and it's not. My sisters are my soulmates. We have many soulmates. This is people that speak to your heart, speak to your soul, that know you intuitively, and really surrounding yourself in nurturing and healthy and happy and loving relationships. The people that fill your cup because you fill theirs. Now you have that Eight of Swords with the Queen of Swords. So what I will say is that throughout the month, you might find that you might have some mental resistance to releasing some of these relationships that do not serve you. Yeah, it's great when we are really putting in the energy to expand those relationships that are. But so many of us might lack the confidence to let go of the relationships out of perhaps codependency, external validation, low self-worth, you name it. We all have something. But the universe is saying, please approach this in a very methodical way, in a very logical way. With that Queen of Swords, she's independent. She knows who she is. This is about an energy of like, this is the direction that I'm going. This is the kind of experiences that I'm choosing to have for myself because I'm choosing to come from a place of elevated love and ascension and maturity. This relationship isn't it. So logically, if this relationship does not reflect the course and path I'm taking, I naturally have to let it go. They're asking you to do your best to err on the side of logic, more of that left brain, analytical mind, not the emotional mind, because you might be very scared thinking that you're stuck in this scenario or in this partnership or in this relationship. That could even be old best friends, feeling like you're trapped, but really what you're lacking is confidence. Confidence that you're going to be okay. Confidence that there's people out there that love you and see you for who you are and understand you. This is not the best, honey. This is just what you're settling for. So releasing it, you make space to receive what you do deserve. So standing in that wisdom, standing in that experience, standing in that confidence for what's right for you. I love this energy of September. You know, with that Virgo practicality, right? It's kind of like, yes, like if this is what I want, I'm going to clear out the closets. I'm going to clean up the mess. I'm going to mend, you know, broken bridges. And if I have to walk away from that relationship, at least I'm walking away from it in peace, not in consternation and resistance and carrying it for the next decade and it's affecting all your other relationships. It's really important that you mend the relationships that are broken, even if you have to release them on good terms. And for those that are a little off, take the higher road. Do your best. I know it's not easy. You know, I'm a Scorpio, Aries, Leo. It's not exactly the most compassionate of signs, but it's really trying to say like, okay, if I want to have peace of heart and if I want to have peace of mind, then it's necessary for me to take that step, to bridge that gap, to say, you know, let's agree to disagree. Let's part on good terms of, you know, not holding that tension. And I think so many of us can become attached to that tension because it somehow validates our decisions or our point of view. Does it really matter? You have your way of thinking and feeling and other people have their way of thinking and feeling, and you don't have to agree. You have the people that resonate with you and you have the people that don't. And that's okay. This is all about emotional maturity, filling your cup, wanting to be happy over miserable and for what? You know what I'm saying? Really feeding these relationships. This is going to be such an incredible month of happiness, of love, of peace, of healing, of nurturing, and of release, and of letting go of the bits that don't fit the lifestyle and the path and the life you're choosing to create for yourself. I hope this serves you guys. There's actually a really great book by Esther Hicks called The Vortex. I know it was written several years ago, but it is amazing if you're really trying to understand why things are happening in your relationships, why things are wonky, why do the same pattern keep happening in my romantic relationships. It was amazing. It was a pivotal book for me. And if you guys like to read or even have the audiobook, I will put the links down below. Try it out. It really helps to understand the grander nature of the soul contracts that we have and the relationships that we have in our life. If you guys are interested in a more in-depth reading, or if you'd like to subscribe to my membership where I teach weekly classics, where I teach weekly classes, seminars, workshops, meditations, the link is down below. You have 7 days free trial. Check it out. Tell me what you think. I hope this serves you. Take care.